Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody survived the blizzard of 2026. We got any shovels or sore backs out there? Looking good? Okay. We're going to please stand for the salute to the flags. See what the and God is mine. We want so good. It's right. Thirsty. Remain standing for the prayer.
Bless us, O Lord, our Heavenly Father. Bless this food that we're about to receive. Lord, bless the meeting and the work that we are engaged in. Bless Unico and all those who contribute to its cause. Make us, O Lord, strong in our unity, constant in our love for our neighbor, honest in our integrity, unselfish in our charity, and grateful for an opportunity to serve. We ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Also, if you could remember these people in your prayers, Gerard, Joyce, Patricia's Aunt Kathleen, and the troops, our troops, please, keep them in your prayers. And Steve just told me about a woman who passed away. Her name was Bonnie. She was suffering with ALS, and she just recently passed away. So keep her family in your prayers also. And, we're people of God. We can pray.
Thank you. Why so glum faces out there? Let's have some smiles. Come on. It ain't that bad.
No, it's going.
Okay. We have our pleasure and honor to have past national president, my friend, and one of my mentors, Mr. Ralph Contini. We also have a longtime Unican who started out here, Mr. Joe Hathaway. And we have some guest person that I invited. Emilio, where are you? Amelia is serving on the Belleville Police Force. Thank you for coming, Amelia. What happened? Yeah, he's Italian. Honorary. Anybody else? First time as a guest or anything? All right. Reading of the past minutes. You're going to do it, Diane, or me?
I'll do it.
Okay. Oh, no, hold on. I forgot one more thing. The famous, I made a big thing. Roll call. Brian Bander. Sal Barbera. Joe Belnomi.
Here.
Michelle Borges. She told me she was coming too. Peter Caggiano, present. Excuse me. Trisha, she's away in Ireland. Her aunt got sick, so she'll be away until March 8th. Excused. Donna Complantano. Angelo Carino. Stephanie Corsi.
Here.
Vinnie Cazzarelli. John Cristiano.
Here.
Phil Cozy, excused. He's teaching a baseball clinic in the Queens tonight.
Oh, God. He retired.
Yeah, retired. But he can still teach.
Sure.
Massimino De Alfaro. Did I say it right? There you go. I'll get it right. Carmel DeMarza. Maria Di Pasquale.
Here.
Roseanne Glazer. Michael Diro, excused. He called up. He got a work dinner assignment tonight. John Esposito.
Here.
Anna Galante.
Here.
Michael Carmella, he's excused. Joe Giancarelli.
Here.
Adele Gimmon, she's excused. Todd Ganella, excused. Diana Cordobasco. Eleanor Garino, excused. Christine Lampanello. Barbara Loda. Joyce Melham.
Here.
Michael Melham. Pasquale Miola.
Present.
Maria Miola.
Excused.
Thank you. Nicole.
Here.
Thank you. Tony Pasquale, excused. Luigi Perry, excused. Michael Perrone.
He'll be here later.
Judy Piscatowski, excused. She had her tooth pulled today. Georgianne Polite.
We don't present now.
These two are gone. Joyce and Barney Rizzoli are excused. Joyce is still having trouble with her knee and her leg. She's got physical therapy at her house. Steve Rovell.
Here.
Anthony Stetzer, excused. John Sinico.
Here.
Sal Storzi. Tommy Stigliano. Luigi Tulipani.
Here.
Mary Antonio Tulipani. Ray Venera.
Here.
Gerard Verico, excused. Steve Zerpoli.
Present.
And Patricia Yaskinowski, excused. And Simona Bedonia, excused. Anthony Cecchi.
Present.
There you go. All present and accounted for. Did I miss anybody?
No, but Barney and Joyce, they had the flu. That's good now, though?
No. Joyce, she can't walk. She's in her apartment.
Didn't they have the flu before?
That was then. But
They fell after
no,
that.
but she honestly, she hasn't been down from her apartment because of her leg and her knee. So what am I gonna do? Okay. All right.
For the flu, not for a leg. He was afraid of the flu.
You said the flu, John? Last week. All right. Diana, minutes, please.
Fund meeting on February 10th, the induction, parade veneer room, parade de Pasquale, John Cristiano, South Force, and honorary member. New guests for Phyllis Bindy.
No, Phyllis is a member.
Oh, I haven't heard the new guest.
And yeah, because she wasn't on a roll call either.
Okay. What those? All right, we have.
And Mark Medicini.
Scholarship application for Unico National to be given to Belleville High School, and the due date is April 28th. Federation News, the fundraiser dinner and dance on April 11th, 2026. There's a bus ride to Atlantic City for the Cavaliers. National News, First National Vice President Steve discussed the district chapters and positions. Devil Game Italian Heritage Night, they gave out Unico t-shirts. New business, congratulated all the winners from the Super Bowl pool. Presented Bill Cuzzy for ALS a $3,000 check. Discussed the Texas Hold'em tournament that was supposed to be held 2/22. Our pocketbook bingo 3/28. Food drive at ShopRite 2/15. Correspondence, we got a thank you card from the St. Lucy's. There were birthdays. Unico member of the month was myself, and the meeting was adjourned.
Need a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion.
Make a motion to accept.
Second? Joe Belnomi, so passed. Before we start, I want to apologize to everyone who got my text messages all through the weekend and all through the night. I thought everybody would have their phones up. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. But I will never, ever do that again. Even Ralph got pictures. I was trying to clear my phone out before I got rid of all the pictures. I apologize. Also, I want to thank everyone who showed up at the food drive. It was a very, very successful event. I want to thank personally Trish, Luigi Tulipani, Nicole, Diana, Joyce Melham, Brian Banda, Vinny Cazarelli, Sal Barbera, Stephanie Corsi, and myself. Did I miss anybody?
Massimo.
Massimo. Right. Massimo, thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. We donated half the food to St. Peter's Church in Belleville, and the other half went to Christian Faith Center in Bloomfield. So thank you. All right, we're going to do an introduction of a new member, Anthony Cheche. Please come up. Ralph, would you do the honors?
I will do that, sure.
You're going to go up.
That's
Gonna
good.
pin him?
We'll do it out here.
Yeah, out there. I need someone to come up and take pictures for me, please. When you, Barbara, come up.
You have a certificate for him?
Oh, yeah, please. So I can give it to everybody in the middle of the night again.
You gonna come up, Pete? You guys gonna come up?
No, I'll stay here. I'll stand.
Aspetta, Antonio. Arrivo.
Okay.
Come on, step behind.
Wow.
Come here, Anthony.
You got everybody. Absolutely.
Ready?
Huh? No. Just pictures.
Just a little peach.
This is for real, okay? We can do pictures after. Mr. President, I'm pleased to present to you your new member for induction to the Belleville chapter of Unico National. This member has been duly screened and accepted for membership by your membership committee of the Belleville chapter. My fellow member, you have been voted into membership in the Belleville chapter of Unico National by unanimous vote of the membership committee, your board of directors, and the Belleville chapter general membership. Your membership is a sacred trust and a grave responsibility. Guard well this trust and responsibility. Remember that the success of this chapter lies in the hands of its entire membership, for upon us rests the responsibility by word and deed to increase an interest in social, cultural, charitable, and educational and civic work, and those activities which will make Unico National outstanding in the Belleville community. So please raise your right hand and repeat me the following oath. I, please give your name,
I, Anthony Cheche,
having been voted membership
having been voted membership
in the Belleville chapter of Unico National,
in the Belleville chapter of Unico
do
National,
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
perform the duties required of all members
perform the duties required of all members,
and will do my best
do my best
to preserve,
to preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
Constitution, bylaws,
Constitution, bylaws,
rules, and regulations
rules, and
of
regulations,
Unico National
Unico
and the
National,
Belleville chapter,
and the Belleville
as they
chapter,
are now in force,
as they're now enforced,
and which may hereafter
which may hereafter
be enacted
be enacted
and promulgated.
and promulgated.
So help me God.
So,
I now declare you duly installed as a new member, and you have joined men and women across our country, Bart, to live our service, our motto, service above self. So my sincere congratulations and welcome to America's largest Italian-American service organization, Unico National. Welcome to our Unico familia.
Congratulations. Good. Compliment. This is for you. And this is your folder, but you have to wear your pin, otherwise Pete is gonna shake.
And inside is the magnet. Put it on your car, not on your refrigerator, on your car. Picture time.
Hold on.
There,
Turn around.
There you go.
Yeah,
You see, Peter?
there we go.
There you
Good. Thank you, Mary Antonia.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations, Anthony. It's always good to get fresh blood. Okay. Anthony, before the meeting's out, come up and I'll give you a shirt too, okay? Anybody else that didn't get one, please come up at the end.
At the end.
At the end. Okay, Trisha's away, so I'm gonna read the treasurer's report. She gave me a copy before she left. Second, Steve Belleville. Okay, Pat and Steve. Unico scholarships. As everybody knows, Trisha Z, she was our scholarship chairwoman, but she has got the new role of being the pastor at Christian Faith Center Church, her and her husband. I wish her all the best, and let's give her a round of applause. It's a very hard role to fulfill, but she's gonna be a member still. So come to the fundraisers, but her time is very limited. So we talked who would take her place, and we came up with Michael Giro with the rest of the scholarship committee. Unfortunately, Mike isn't here tonight, and he accepted it. And I reached out to Joanne Michelini over at the high school. We had 2 candidates that applied for the District 4 scholarship. Could be, no, when is it?
The district has scholarships too?
Yes. Yeah. So I hope we get a winner from the Belleville chapter here. All right. Federation news, Pat Miola.
All right. For most of you that know me, my name is Pasquale Miola, and I'm also the president of the Federation of Italian American Society in New Jersey. And we are one of the organizations that brings the Italian police from Italy for the Columbus Day celebrations. And that is the reason why I pass out these flyers on your tables. Okay, we're having a fundraiser for the Carabinieri. This is strictly for them. Okay, that's how we get to sponsor them, to bring them to the United States, and have them participate in the parade here in Belleville and Nutley, and also participate in the parade in New York. They'll approximately be here for like 10 days. So it does run into quite a bit of expense. So we try to have a different type of fundraisers. So we'll be able to sponsor them because it's not only for the parade, but we also got to feed them. We got to put them in the hotel. We have to, get a vehicle to take them around and stuff like that. So it does run into quite a bit. When we first started, we had about 17 people coming in there. But now as time goes on, the Fagioli goes kind of low. So we had to cut back. So we'll cut back to 4 right now. So the last 4 years, we've been down to 4. and hopefully we could keep up with it because things don't look too promising, tell you the truth. So anyway, go back to the bus ride. I'm asking for a little bit of help because I had like 12 people cancel on me. So I got like 20 empty seats right now. So if anybody's here interested, or you know anybody that's interested, or it might be interested, please take a flyer. My phone number's on the bottom. Keep it in mind. Give me a call. I try to get everybody all the count in by Thursday night so I can order the food. We have a lot of food on the bus. We play a lot of games. We do a lot of different things. It'll be a fun day. How many people have been on my bus ride previously? All right, so
The best.
what do you think?
You never get a better bus ride. Even with me, Pat puts on a better one, honestly.
So if anybody's interested, we try to make it interesting, and hopefully people come back. But unfortunately, this time because of illness and sickness, I got 20 empty seats. So if anybody could help me out, I appreciate it.
You can
I
put
want
me
to
down.
thank
Pat.
you for that. And also, I passed out another flyer. This is another one of our biggest fundraiser, the biggest fundraiser that we have for the Federation itself, because this is only for the Carabinieri. The two different things. Okay, the bus ride. This is for the Federation itself. The Federation itself, we've been around since 1933. We do have one fundraiser a year, a big fundraiser. We have a list of honorees here that we're going to be honoring, and this dinner dance is once a year. Is for April 11th. It's going to be at the East Hanover Manor. The cost is $125, but everything that you get, you're not going to be disappointed. And we have a great DJ that keep your entertainment, and it's another fun evening.
Tell them who the honoree is.
So here's a list on here. So one is Joe Nacello from Unico National President. Most of you know them. Know him?
Yes. he's
Okay.
been here.
And it's on here. We announced it also last time. So if you guys could support him, greatly appreciate it. And also another big one here is Reverend Tom Nicastro. How many people know Father Tom?
Yeah.
Father Tom Nicastro, he's also going to be honored on that. And a couple of people that are very familiar with this area. I don't want to take too much of your time, but everybody got a list in the front of them. If you guys like to be supported, our telephone number is on there. Please give me a call and we set it up for you. And this one, you still have some time. Okay. And we also send out an ad journal that we send it to Belleville Unico, and hopefully they'll be able to take an ad for us. And like I said, this is the only way that we try to make money for the entire year. This is the only fundraiser that we have. So please try to be supportive if you can. I appreciate your time. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Pat.
Probably around about 6:30 or so.
And I'd like someone to make a motion so we can take a full page ad out for the ad journal. Second. All right, Steve and Donna. Thank you. So I got the ad already filled that place. I'll give
Thank
you the
you.
check tonight. All right.
Thank you. Thank everybody.
Well, before I go, I want to let everybody know there's live mics all over here. So Tommy got them out. So watch what you're saying. All right, national programs. I'll let our past national president, Ralph Contini, speak of them. Ralph, you got the floor.
Well, thank you very much, Peter. And this is my 7th time here in Nutley over the last.
Belleville.
Belleville.
I was talking to Joe about Nutley.
Belleville, what do you think?
Yes.
Nutley here.
Anyway,
Don't make that mistake.
it is Belleville. I need to catch up to Nutley too. Nutley is another nice chapter around here, but Belleville, you're very unique because when I first met Peter, I had become national president in 2023. I think the count was around less than 20, I believe, Peter. I think that was your membership count at that time. I embarked on a major national program. I don't know how many of you remember that, but we had a contest where you became a new member. How many of these people became new members in 23 or 24, where you had an opportunity? I put your name into a raffle where you could have won, but somebody else won. The the trip, not trip, but the tour of Italy, in Italy, by the Perillo tour. So who became a member in 23, 24? It had to be somebody here.
Georgian,
Yeah,
Bill, yeah.
and Joe. And so anyway, that year we had 800 new members, which was a record for Unico. And Peter was part of that success because I believe you grew your membership by 91% that year. So 91% got you close to 40, I believe, at the time. So you were the top 91% growth. Not chapters went from like 5 members to 7 members, 8 members. I counted those chapters over the 20 and up. That's the percentage that I counted. So anyway, I gave you in the chapter a presidential Sempre Avanti award at the National Convention in Princeton. Right. Peter is one of the hardest working chapter presidents I've ever met in my life. I've been in Unico over 40 years. Actually, I can tell you exactly how many years. It's 42 years. And he is one of the hardest working chapter presidents that I've ever met in my life. And I've met presidents from, the Midwest, South. And so, Peter, thank you for the great work you do and the great people you have around you. You've built one hell of a team here. I walked in today.
I always tell them, we are Belleville strong and proud.
You're a great team. I walked in here tonight. It was a busy people putting up banners, doing things, and then we solved the problem with the banner and so on. So you have a great team and you to be congratulated. Regarding some Unico national things that are going on, we have a mid-year board meeting coming up at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City. Before the meeting started, I was talking to Nicole, and she said, I was thinking about going, but I called up and the hotel said it's sold out. Nicole, they're not sold out for you or anyone else. So if anyone else wants to go, I gave Nicole the code for the hotel. Make sure you call up. Sometimes they don't cross-reference, okay? So the Unico code is GUNS 26Z. So Nicole, I gave it to you, and Peter and Trish, you guys are going to be going there.
We'll be there.
So make sure you make reservations before the 9th. Okay, so if you can do it this week, please do so this week. Okay, Peter and anyone else.
But Nicole, tell them you're part of the Unico. They give you a special rate.
Yes, yeah. We have a group rate, and it starts at $69, but then you got $28 for the resort fee and a couple of dollars for this and a couple of dollars for that. But you add it all up, it's $110, which is still a great.
What's the date?
It's a Sunday night. We're going to have a dinner on Sunday night. We're going to be honoring Marconi Award recipient. Marconi is a national award for Unico. Typically, is an engineer, a doctor, or someone who has helped with his discoveries or things he's done to it to influence medical field. Or Marconi was an inventor, right? So it's about that kind of person. So we're going to be honoring a gentleman, Gino Merli. He's from Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, no, he's from New Jersey, down South Jersey somewhere. And then we're going to be honoring a commissioner from Monmouth County, good friend. His name is Ross Lasitra. And it's on Sunday night. The dinner is on Sunday night.
What's the date?
The date is Sunday night is the 22nd of March. So the dinner, you have to register for the dinner. And that is, Peter has the registration too. It's $175 all in, because if you're a member, that includes your registration. As a member, you need to register and the dinner package, okay? But you don't have to go to the dinner. If you want to come down and attend the meeting, the registration is $50 for the Unico registration. Hard Rock is a great place, centrally located, and the price is right. Also coming up, we have our next convention. We always look ahead. Unico with plans ahead. Our convention will be at the JW Marriott. Grand Cypress Resort, Hyatt Regency Grand Cypress Resort on July 22nd and through July 26th in Orlando. I know Peter came last year, Trish came last year, see if you can have any other delegates.
We are, we had, we nominated, well, we got passed the motion. Pat, our vice president's going in his way.
Excellent, so you can have delegates there.
Yeah.
At that point in time, we're in the process of reviewing the Unico National Constitution, and we're in the process of also reviewing the Unico National bylaws. So at that point in time, anyone who's there can have a say in some of the things that are going to be proposed as far as change. No major changes, okay? The one change I was very proud of when I was president, we introduced the heritage as far as digging into your ancestry. Unico had never had an opportunity to accept ancestry. So when I was president, on the application, we have DNA. If anyone has an ancestry test and you found out, oh my God, I never knew I was 2% Italian, whatever, 5% Italian, give Peter the application and you can become a member of Unico. Okay? That's something I'm very proud of, Peter.
It is.
The other thing I'm very proud of is we initiated Alzheimer's research funds, and we connected with a doctor from Temple University in Philadelphia, Dr. Domenico Pratico. He's a renowned Alzheimer's researcher, and we do collect money for Alzheimer's research. Okay, and Peter, so when you make up your budget for the committee, for the convention, and you decide on what you're donating, it's always nice to walk up as a delegate or as a president to walk up at the convention to say, Belleville chapter, $500 for Alzheimer's research. Belleville chapter, $500 for scholarship. Belleville chapter, $200 for Cooley's anemia. Whatever the national cause is, it's always nice to have your chapter represented, okay? So I'm very particular because we initiated Alzheimer's research. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where just about many families, unfortunately, it's out there. But I've talked to the doctor and many other doctors. Within the next 5 to 7 years, they believe they will have a breakthrough. Okay, so yeah. Let's see. Pat, I am going on the 11th to the dinner honoring my good friend
Thank you.
Joe Nasello. And Peter, continue the great work you do with the chapter. And I'm always here for you. And whenever you tell me that I'm one of your mentors, I'm so proud that you have done so much. He's like a sponge. Okay, he absorbs so much, and then he has so much to give. He's got the greatest heart. But what I love about what's been going on, I said it before when I started my speech, the team that you have built around you. So I congratulate all of you for supporting the causes of Unico. And there's nothing like Unico. We're unique. That's what makes us special. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Nicole, I'll see you at the Hard Rock. Okay, all right. Anyone else? Don't hesitate to contact Peter.
Ralph, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have you here. And I you know what? At the convention, remember I said you are going to bring Unico National into the 21st century, and I honestly meant that from my heart because some of the ideas are so old-fashioned. They don't want to change and go forward. But this guy, he got some good ideas.
Well, thank you for that. One more thing about the convention. You should consider doing a journal ad for the chapter, for the souvenir journal. Okay, I'll leave that with you.
Okay.
I'm in charge of that this year, by the way. So.
All right. All right. Next, I have the honor of introducing an old-time friend of ours from the Belleville chapter, Mr. Joe Hathaway. Not too many of us remember Joe because we weren't around, but I remember Joe Ceccarelli, Pat, Steve, anybody else from the old days? I think that's it. So Joe's journey in leadership and public service began right here in Belleville through Unico's youth program, ACES. When he first learned and lived our organization's motto, service is above self. In 2009, Joe was honored as the Unico National Italian American Athlete of the Year. He was the first Unican. He was the first Unican to receive this national award. After graduation from Yale, Joe went on to public service sector. He served in the governor's office of New Jersey. Joe is currently serves on the Randolph Township Council, including one term as mayor in 2025. Joe is currently running for Congress to represent also in his district, Belleville. As part of New Jersey's 11th congressional district, he is currently a member of the Randolph chapter, which was founded just last year. I'm proud to have him back here and introduce Joe Hathaway. Welcome back, Joe.
But
You want the mic?
that's all right. Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah. Well, Pete said it all, so I actually maybe I should probably say that. But no, I appreciate the opportunity to be back with all of you. It's definitely been a while since I've been engaged with Belleville Unico chapter, but I have many very fond memories as a kid, and being involved, whether it was St. Joseph's Day event or any kind of number of opportunities we had to participate. It was something I really enjoyed. I won't talk too much about our race and the congressional piece, but what I wanted to talk with you all about tonight is the importance of Belleville's chapter on my life, particularly the ACES program. I know that's something that Unico is really trying to, kind of rethinking how we can re-engage our youth, how we can bring back a new generation of leaders, of servant leaders, truly servant leaders, which is what this organization is all about. So I thought it might be helpful to share my story a little bit, and maybe we can pressure the guys in national to make sure we continue to invest in our youth, because I can tell you many of the things that led me to this point today would not have happened without my experience here in Belleville with the ACES chapter. It's funny, I think, and I remember saying this in 2009 when we were doing the convention and the Athlete of the Year award, but with the last name Hathaway, people are like, is this guy in the right place? Like, what's this guy doing here? But my dad, some of you may remember Rick, he owns the old Feedbag Saloon over in Bloomfield. It's been under a few other iterations since, but my dad at the time, I guess Unico was it was men only, but you could join if you were married to an Italian woman. My dad and my mom were married for a very long time, but they were married long enough for him to get into Unico. And it's a good thing he did, because if he wasn't in Unico, then I wouldn't have been able to be a part of this chapter. And I wouldn't have learned a whole lot of things that led me here today. I remember, had to be, mid 90s into the early 2000s. And there was always a few of us, right, Dan? There's always a couple of us that were always kind of together at various events, really, truly serving. And I think one of the incredible things about the ACES program and what I took away from it looking back now was, so a lot of other programs, it's about, I don't know, creating new initiatives or taking on, larger programming or trying to create something new. There's something simple about the idea of serving others when the end goal is just to serve, not to create something new or to solve a larger, bigger scale problem, just serving others. And what we can achieve just by doing that in any capacity, whether it was like serving the pasta consardi or lugging stuff up and down the stairs or, making a financial contribution to a worthy cause. The act of service and the mantra of service above self, I think for me, shaped how I approached a whole lot of things as I kind of grew up and took on other challenges. Pete mentioned my time up at Yale playing football. I was, lucky enough to be able to play at the collegiate level, and that mantra of service above self hit home for me very, very close to the heart. My senior year, I was a defensive lineman, but as a senior, our team needed a nose guard, which for anyone knows, that's the job right in the middle with all the other 300-pound guys. that nobody wants. Never fun. You're getting like pummeled every single play. I wasn't normally in that position, but before the season started, my coach said, "Joe, it's your senior year, but we need a nose guard. You're the biggest guy, you're our kind of most versatile guy. We need you there, but it's your senior year, so I won't make you do it. It's your senior year, you've worked hard. You know, if you want to play, you know, in one of the more kind of glorious positions out on the end and be on the highlight reel, I understand." Now, growing up with service above self, I think you already know there was never a question. Coach, the team needs me a nose guard. I'll play nose guard. End of story. Right? It was a 2-minute conversation. And it wasn't a glorious season. It wasn't a season filled with highlights for me. It was, you know, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that year. But what I will say is, at the end of that season, I didn't have a whole lot of stats on the back of my playing card, but our team finished with the best defense in the nation that year.
There you
At
go.
the FCS level, right? Because I think we all had that mantra, right, of service to others, service to our team above ourselves. And I was lucky enough, you know, maybe it's funny how things have a way of working out, but, you know, at the end of that season, I was honored and lucky enough to be the Dr. Nigro Amateur Athlete of the Year for Unico, the first acting member to win the award. And I remember we were in Vegas that year. I just found some old pictures. They're still on the Unico website from 2009. It was like a trip down memory. What's that? No, yeah, I won't. Don't worry, I won't. Yeah, I won't. You know, really anybody. But
No, they're making a joke because I was texting all
that was
weekend. All the I thought everybody would have their phone off. I get a surprise.
We won't make that mistake again.
No, never again.
But I remember at the time addressing everyone there and kind of telling this story, and really thinking that, you know, if we had more athletes, and boy, is it even more true today, the way, you know, college sports and all the money that's in all that stuff. But if we had more athletes, whether it's at the amateur or professional, right, who believe in service above self, we'd be in a whole lot better place, right, with things. So that was you know, a really special moment, one of the biggest honors I've ever had the ability to receive. Really kind of moving into my professional career, that mantra stayed with me. I started my professional career working for the governor's office, spent a number of years in public sector and private sector. And then we got to Randolph in 2020, my wife and I. And I remember distinctly, it was kind of right at the beginning of the pandemic. My son at the time, my oldest, we have 3 now. My oldest was 6 months old. And I remember my wife and I were sitting there and we were like, hey, we're here now. We bought our house. We have our kid. We're going to be in this community. What are we going to do? And we both kind of looked at each other and said, well, we're going to volunteer. We're going to get involved. We're going to do something to help shape our community and continue to serve. And so that's really what started my career in politics, if you will, or in public service on the elected official side. And you know, we kind of raised our hand, and you guys certainly know, anytime I know Steve knows this, anytime anybody at the local level raises their hand to volunteer for something, it's like you know, you're getting dragged in, you got like 10 jobs. But we started serving on a few committees and you know, kept raising our hand. If there's a new opportunity to help, kept raising our hand. That ended up for me in an opportunity to serve on our township council, filling a vacancy. And then 2 elections later, being able to serve as mayor of Randolph Township last year, and on the council again this year. And again, really the reason we got involved in this congressional race is for the same reasoning, right? I think, you know, if we had, certainly in elected office, if we had more people going to Washington or Trenton or wherever, you know, the town council chambers, who walked in the door with, I'm going to put service above self today. Imagine what a better place we'd be in.
Absolutely.
So it's really just, you know, it's really been a core mantra for me. I know it is for all of you. And it really guides a lot of my decision making and how I've tried to make decisions, you know, in athletics, in my career, or in politics. So I just wanted to share that with all of you tonight. Usually I go out and I'm doing stump speeches and it's all like on the political side. This is really great. Like, I'm glad I get to speak with all of you about this, because these aren't stories I get to tell, really out and about, but I know it means something to all of you because you've experienced the same things. It's just a pleasure to be here. I'm really glad that we have also a Unico chapter in Randolph. It just started last year, so we're a little smaller, but we're growing. It's just amazing to me how full circle it comes around. Starting here in ACES and now being able to be, a kind of inaugural member of our Randolph chapter has been really, really special. So I appreciate the chance, Pete. Thanks for having me. Steve, thanks for making this all happen as well. Ralph, thanks for being alongside me for this journey. And I'm here. I'm hanging out. Happy to talk more about the race, which is Election Day on April 16th. Don't forget. But happy to talk more about that on the side. But really, just thank you again for the chance to address all of you. I hope we can, find ways to really reinvigorate the ACES program. And if my story helps at all, let's use it.
That was great, Joe. Really
So,
was
thank
great.
you guys.
I remember Joe when he was in the 90s in the Unico, when he started out, and his father at the bar, and the bar was always open for us, and we used to do the bus ride, and he would always do things. And it was Alfano that also was very pushy, and his father was a great guy, and always the door was open for us. No matter if we had a meeting there, if we had a bus ride, it was always there. Now, I was told that I'm one of the oldest members in Unico, based on paper. And I remember John. He was a little kid. I did not recognize tonight because too many years went by. Okay. But
We'll taller.
so, and and I started thinking back tonight, and the main issue that Alfano and I, especially Alfano and Gene, were pushing to get the ladies into the club. It was this chapter, and I'm the last guy that was at the committee to push the ladies to go into the club. There were no ladies in the club prior to that, and it was this chapter pushed them in. It was, and the number one guy was Alfano. It was his idea and his wife, and they were instrumental. I helped with them. I was a lot younger then, and they really are responsible. And Lou and Paul Lange. So Paul Lange got me in there. Okay, so Joe and his father have a long history here with Unico, and his father was a great guy. I just asked about him, and I think every single chapter we got to do our business, talk to other chapters to back them up and see if we can put them in Congress. Very, very important, and I think now I'm talking. I think we need a good guy in the Congress. There's too many losers there. That's it for me.
Good, Steve.
So, for those of you that don't know, Rick Hathaway, Vietnam vet, Army. On it. What ACES was for us was like a farm league. It's a succession plan. Because not for anything, I got old for some unknown reason. You need people like Joe and a younger crew to start to build this and keep it going. And that's really what ACES began. And Joe is a perfect example of how do you build a leader and what Unico has done to help build leaders, because that's what it's all about. And I on another note, I spent last week, I think it was last Wednesday, with Andre Domino. And Andre has taken over One Voice, which is basically, a way for the Italians to kind of represent themselves and fight discrimination. In that same context, this particular meeting was with NAGA, which is a Native American guardian angel. And believe it or not, they are trying to get legislation to stop, I think this is in New York, it's starting in New York, because I think in New York, they were trying to stop, teams from using the Indians and the Redskins and all this other stuff. They want this. The Native Americans, what they did to the Native Americans by taking these names away, to me, is a crime. So you have people, and this was a conversation that we're trying to, do nationally. And that's Italian One Voice. And that also came from Manny, which came out of Belleville. Not many people know that.
I don't know.
I know Manny very, very well. And he was an Energizer Bunny. This guy's an Energizer Bunny. Manny was nonstop. And I went to a number of events where we challenged what was going on. And he started with the Sopranos too, believe it or not. Sopranos was a big to do. And WOR TV ended up going there. And I'm very familiar with the Native Americans Guardian Association, I think it is. And I've been on some of those calls. And as many of you know, the very same people that they claim they're protecting, they don't want that to happen. It's not them pushing to eliminate Columbus Day. It's not them pushing to eliminate the Redskins name. It's not them pushing to eliminate the Cleveland Indians name. It's not that. So it's the other politicos out there. I don't want to.
You want to use woke?
I would use woke because I've been part of it. I have fought for the reestablishment of Columbus Day, and Manny came with me to Rockaway and Randolph. You talk about Randolph, okay, man? Talk about Randolph. I'm not talking about Randolph because this whole circle started in Randolph for me, part of the circle. As you know, in
For the record, this is before my time. I know where this story's going.
before his time, it was June of 2020. Okay, I'll never forget this. We got word that there was a meeting of the Randolph School Board. I went there. Manny was there. Andrea was there. A group of us were there, and we spoke during the Board of Ed meeting. And someone had the brain trust where they decided, with the controversy of eliminating Columbus Day, not eliminating Columbus Day, someone made a motion to eliminate all the holidays. And I said, this is great. People started jumping up and down, whatever, no, we're leaving, we're doing this. I said, no, this is going to run over the news. So sure enough, that same night, I went in the back of a room. People were, somebody was looking to leave the room. They were like, I can't take this. I said, no, stay in the room. We got to hold these people accountable. I was standing up going like this to people, stay in the room. So I wake up like 4:00 in the morning. And at that time, Fox ended up having me showing a picture of me doing this, and the rest of the room. I said, where the hell did that picture come from? Apparently there was a camera, closed feed, whatever, some kind of a feed going on. And then we held another rally meeting at the Randolph Diner. We had television cameras there. We had Channel 12, we had Channel 4, Channel 2, and Andre was with the One Voice. Myself, Unico, I'm a Columbus Day chair. I am too. So we got a lot of press on that. And then we kind of held the school board accountable. They called a special school board meeting on June 21st or something like that. And the auditorium was packed. There were 12 news cameras crews there covering the school board's decision that they had eliminated all the holidays. It became national news, huge national news. Okay, so then they went back and they reversed that decision. Sure enough, they started doing clips on television, and it's about 5:05, and I'm getting ready to meet a friend of mine at the Stony Hill Inn. All of a sudden, my phone starts lighting up. He goes, "Oh my God, you were just on the 5 on television on Fox." I said, "What? On the 5?" He said, "Yeah, they had you going like this. You're holding your finger up, you're pointing at the school board, and So anyway, we made national news. Because of that national news, I got to meet a number of people in the community, and that was my first attempt to get a Unico chapter in Randolph. So we had a group of about 5 or 6. Unfortunately, went on for about a year, and that didn't pan out, even with the with the news and so on. And then I met another good friend of mine in Atlantic City at municipalities. I met my good friend Joe Esposito, and he said, "I'm from Randolph." I said, "Wow, this is the piece of the puzzle that I was missing." So it took me another year to get the Randolph chapter going. So we got, just before I left office in June of 2023, we chartered the Randolph chapter of Unico. And then just last year, I installed Joe as a member of the Randolph chapter. So it was my great honor to install Joe. And like I said, he's a true Unican at heart. He made us proud, and he's going to continue to make us proud, because the things he talked about, every single one of us can relate to. And he comes from a great family, as you indicated before, and he's the future. Okay? You talk about the future, he is the future. So I just thought I would share that story with you guys.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Ralph.
Maybe somewhere down the road, you get Andre out here.
Andre's been here about 2-3 times already.
Did you talk about Naga and what's going on? Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I'm adding to the agenda now a one voice section. So, and it's starting tonight, in fact. Okay, let's move on. Let's see if we can go through this quickly. New business. Anthony Stessa is not here tonight, but he asked me to read this. This is the 16th annual Leap into the Lake. It's sponsored by the Lake Apocon Elks Lodge 782. This is their biggest fundraiser of the year. Anthony is a member of that. All money raised goes for special need children and their families, and in the surrounding communities. He's asking if we would help sponsor him with a donation. And if anyone has any questions, if not, I need someone to make a motion so that we give him a check. Donna? Steve, second. Now let's get the amount. $100? Everyone agrees? Okay. Thank you, everybody. I'm sure Anthony Sess is going to be happy. All right. Moving on. Next is our Texas Hold'em tournament. We were supposed to have that last month, but due to the weather, we're having it March 15th, next Sunday. We had about 45 people sign up, not counting the walk-in, so it was looking good.
What time is it, March 15th?
What time?
12 o'clock is the food's going to be served here, about 1.
When is it gonna be?
That's next Sunday, March 15th. It's $100 buy-in, and you get $5,000 worth of chips. As we all know, we're not allowed to give money, but we have gift cards, like Visa cards. I spent almost $3,000 on them. So somebody's definitely going to win. Diana, would you like to speak on the pocketbook bingo, please, since Trish is in here?
Yes, we all met the other night and discussed that we would be, it's March 28th. We're doing the bingo. We're not doing a tricky trade. There'll be 10 grand prizes. Chris is in the process of obtaining the license, the gun. So the only thing now we do is to sell tickets. If anybody wants to donate, I thought the last meeting we discussed, maybe everybody bring some lottery tickets to us so we could do a big, like a basket of that. Maybe, a couple $100 worth. Because each prize level is gonna be around 200, 250. And I think that's where we're at. We started selling tickets. I know Barbara sold some. I have a couple tables coming. Anybody here who needs them too, reach out to Trish when she gets back, myself, Chris, Barbara, Nicole, Mary Antonio. I think that's about it with that, right? With the bingo.
I don't know if
Anybody knows any companies in the area that wants to make donations?
speaking of that, Barb, I have letters here. If you want to give them to anybody, it'll explain about what we're doing. I'll just read this real quick. Dear Sir, Madam, we are excited to announce our second annual pocketbook bingo scheduled for March 28, 2026. All proceeds will go to the Belleville Unico's philanthropic efforts. At Unico, we proudly hold up the saying, service above self. This guiding principle inspires us to work tirelessly to support our community. We are asking our local merchants and surrounding communities to help support our event in any way they can, whether by donating a prize, gift certificate from your business, or a financial contribution. Thank you for considering this opportunity to support our mission by making a tax-deductible donation. That's me. Give me a water, please, if you don't mind. Together, we can all make a difference. Feel free to contact me directly with any questions or need any information. P.S. Your donation, whether big or small, plays a vital role in helping us serve our community. Let's make it a day to remember. So much.
So we are doing all the local, restaurants.
Just let us know.
Joyce took some names, Trish asked, Barbara, we all, and maybe Antonio, get a
I
lot
got
of the
it.
restaurants in town. Maybe do a night out basket in Belleville.
If anybody knows anybody personally, that helps a lot, so that.
I'm gonna send a letter to, Anina's. They're pretty generous, so.
I spoke to them already, Diane.
Did you-
Yeah,
did you
I called them up.
Joe and Barry, or?
I spoke to Julian, the manager. That's who my contact is.
All right, because they may want to give you the Italian basket.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get a check from the owners.
Oh, all right, good. So I'll let you do that. I won't bother.
I'll send a letter to both of them.
All right. I don't know if Trish told you, but we already got a couple people that donated purses. Yep, and we need more. So if anybody needs flyers or the letter, it's up here.
And if you want to tell your friends and let us know if you're sold any tickets, we'll be glad to give you the information to,
Hey,
okay.
feel free to call Diana, Nicole, Joyce, anybody else who's on that committee, because don't let it all just bounce on Trish now.
Oh, Maria as well as offered to call the bingo that day. She knows how to operate the machine.
Diane,
Yes, he's calling.
somebody's already calling Tricia's number for tickets.
Yeah, it was her Venmo, that's fine.
Yeah.
We could get out, I mean, we're all gonna blast it over Facebook.
Tommy, that's your end there.
Somebody calls Trish, she's not back yet.
Did she get a message?
She can
or-
get her messages.
Yeah, that's what I
She can get
thought.
her messages.
All right. If anybody else would like to get on that committee, I'm sure they would love to help.
Did you give it to any of us the number to call them back, or?
They sent them the flyer.
Anything else, Diane?
No, we're good.
Thank you. And last but not least, we're gonna try something new this year, April 19th. We're gonna have a family pasta dinner / comedy show. I already booked the comedians, and it's gonna be a Sunday afternoon. We'll eat first, and then we'll enjoy the show. I thank Pastor John for helping me get the comedians. And well, let's get these two projects done with, and we can slowly work into April. But we got a busy couple of months coming up. Anything else under new business? Old business. I sent Brian Banda a copy of where our metal Unico signs should go on the borders of the town. I'm just waiting for him to get back. This has been a year and a half, and our signs aren't up yet. 5.
Great.
5.
Big
Donated, yeah.
The big oval?
Donated by Al.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a blessing.
Pasta night will be here.
Yes, the pasta night will be here. No liquor, of course.
What time?
We're looking at a 1 o'clock eat and comedy show around 3, 2:30.
Okay.
Yeah, please do. And I want the men here too to help serve or cook. Yeah. All right, so everybody is involved. Georgianne.
Little commercial,
What you want to do?
T-shirts for the Belleville seniors.
Sure, go ahead.
They're selling, T-shirts, and, they said Belleville, New Jersey, 07109. And the slogans on them say age to perfection, proud transplant, or homegrown. So they do allow us to use this building, and it would be a great way of giving back and also representing your Belleville pride, whether you're a new Bellevilleite or homegrown. So, it's only $15. Todd is, who's one of our members. I worked with him to develop this, and it's a great way of giving back and representing Belleville. Thank you.
I just want to mention, Georgianne is in charge of the
Yeah, and then,
senior program here, and it started from scratch. She's doing a tremendous job. I really have to give it to her. I mean, everybody thinks it's so easy, but it's not.
you know what, but I gotta say, with the mayor and council, and Diana's on our, senior advisory board, also Marie, you know, so we're working together in sync and getting things and building it.
Yeah.
One person.
Seniors count, believe me.
And there's a sample up on the wall, if anybody wants to see. But
Okay.
if you have any questions, you want to join, us juniors, seniors, you know who you are.
Okay.
Yeah, there's you could go online, or you can call the number and you'll get one of us here and we can put you through. Okay. But you have to open up a community pass account.
Okay.
No, not yet.
All good? All right, correspondence, Secretary Christine? What do you have to tell us here?
Okay, so we got Joyce and Joyce's birthday this month and Mike Darrow.
Hey,
Okay, so I have two other things. Well, actually, three things now that you talked about the pasta dinner. Are we gonna be doing a 50-50, off-site 50-50 with the tickets for that event?
I would like to do a 50-50, selling the tickets though. Yes.
Just at the event or the time where we sell, like we do for the ALS, where we give people books and tickets?
We're gonna get books.
Okay.
I think we can raise a little more money, and it'll be a 50-50 with a tier prize.
Okay, so is that the usual 35, 15, 5, or whatever we usually do? I don't remember the age.
I like that. Does anybody else object? Okay,
Okay,
go for it.
okay.
You think $10 for
Tickets are
$15?
I think, I think 10 is good.
10 a ticket?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so next thing, I do a lot of raffle licenses for us. And every single raffle license that we do, we need to do 4 copies of it, and all 4 copies need to be notarized. So this last round of copies of raffles that I did, I had to get somebody, or Joyce had to get somebody to notarize 12 pieces of paper. Is anybody here a notary?
Oh, Christine, good. There you go.
You are my new best friend.
Cookie, all right. Good way to go.
It's crazy to try and find somebody to notarize all of the things.
We're drawing among our inner strengths. That's good.
Anybody want to become a notary for us, but now, what? Yeah, oh, okay, then become one, then I have 2 of them. Because if I'm the notary, I can't sign the raffle licenses, so that becomes an issue. Okay.
Let her talk.
Okay, so that was the one thing. And the other thing is, Pete, cover yours. So there was a conversation that happened at our pocketbook bingo night about the food that's here every week. I don't know if everybody knows that, but Pete pays for that out of pocket. That's not coming out of our Unico money. I think it should. Pete shouldn't be paying for it. So I don't know, can I make a motion that we start taking the money out of our Unico budget? No, it's never been coming from there. So.
I second it.
I think Trish must have been talking to you, right?
I put it up last time and they turned it down.
It's nice to be nice. Don't be too nice.
You know what? It worked because look at our chapter now. We're at about 60 now.
Now we're taking over the food.
Okay. I give in, you win.
Pete, not for nothing, but you forgot the cookies at home tonight.
Oh, you're right. I did. Stephanie. Why'd you remind me? You're right. You're right. And I made poor Stephanie go to the store over the weekend. Hey, I lost my right hand. She's over in Ireland now. All right.
At the women's club, every week every month when we have a meeting, people take up the task of being like the hostesses and bring a dessert. So I was gonna suggest that maybe we could do that here and after starting in September, everybody can sign up for a month and bring cookies or bring whatever your thing is, that is your thing that you make. So we can have like dessert, but homemade dessert. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be one person, it could be a group of people who, whatever. It was just a thought.
Can anybody make an ice pop cake?
Oh, my goodness.
I had the Woolly for months and I like when it, look at everything. Bananas are good on top. Okay. Christine, anything else? I want to say, Christine, thank you for all the paperwork that you did. This woman is amazing, and I drive her crazy. She's copies and copies of these permits and these licenses. Joyce, I thank you as well. I'm sure Nicole is in this. Diana, I thank you as well. I know it's a pain, but unfortunately, these are things and rules that have to get done. So I truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you in the chapter. Okay, past dinner night. Heritage. Okay, I just want to go over this from our heritage and culture part. Every month we do. We're going to add to this as we are a member of the one voice with Andre, which I have to pay the dues on. Oh, you know, just on a side note here, I have to pay the town of Belleville for the use of the building. So just to let you know, the rent and we have to pay our dues to one voice coming up. And I got the ad and the check right now. Okay, just so you know for next month. Okay, this is from the one voice section from Andre Domino. Okay. Read the letter from Andre Domino from one voice. IAOVC, which means Italian American One Voice Coalition. Dear members, attached is my letter to the newly elected Governor Spanberger of Virginia. It opposes the attempt to eliminate Columbus Day in Virginia and replace it with Indigenous Day, People's Day. After I published my letter, the Italian American One Voice Coalition asked everyone to call and email the new governor and others in the Virginia government. This had an impact. Several days after my initial letter, a message was received from Virginia stating that the bill to replace Columbus Day was tabled at least for 1 year. Success. So good for now. So good for now. But of course, we have to stay vigilant and oppose this if it comes up again. Best regards, Andre. So I say, Andre, he is really our focal point within the country here. And if anybody needs a pin from One Voice, I do have them here. We are members. And our next meeting is going to be April the 7th, 2026. And our Unico of the month, get a drum roll, please. Unico of the month, Christine Rapinello. Come on. He gets the apron here. Yeah. Okay, come up after the meeting. And the Italian word of the month. Say this. No, this one.
Referenza.
You gotta say it loud. Yeah.
Renefidenza. I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I got. I got that from Andre.
Renefidenza.
And it means charity.
I would say c'est buona Pasqua.
Okay.
Buona Pasqua.
All right. I need a motion to end this meeting.
Buona Pasqua. Happy
Second.
Easter.
When is Easter?
Second.
Thank you. Meeting's adjourned at 8:26. Thank you.